Your body has natural immunity against hundreds of different types of viruses. The problem comes in when a new virus enters your body, one of which your body has not been exposed to before and probably against which you have no immunity. And to exacerbate things further, the herd has not seen it before either, and there is no herd immunity to block its spread. The question is, can we improve our immunity by taking care of what we put in our mouth? In other words, can our diet affect our immunity in a good way? To address this issue, joining me now is Mr. Shabib bin Saeed Al-Kalbani, who is a clinical nutritionist from the Ministry of Health. Mr. Shabib, welcome to our news bulletin.
Good evening, Dr. Abdullah. Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you. Now, can you tell us, does diet play a role at all in containing the current virus?
Thank you for this interview. First of all, there hasn't really been any particular study on the relationship between diet and the coronavirus itself, but there are multiple studies that have demonstrated the relationship between certain nutrients and the improvement of immunity. Such nutrients include vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and also some of the minerals are like iron and selenium.
Now, in this particular case, what would you like to advise the public on that?
Well, first of all, I would like to address one issue here, and it's regarding nutritional supplementation. Because we are tech savvy these days and people always like to search for new information, I hope that the best way to do this is to get the advice from their dietitian. But also when it comes to natural food, make sure that you incorporate foods that are rich in vitamin C and vitamin A. Vitamin C, for example, oranges, strawberries, and capsicum, all these vegetables, and also the dark green leafy vegetables because they're very high in iron. And also make sure that you're properly hydrated, and particularly with the elderly and the children, and also those whose immunity low because they're taking immunosuppressants.
So it is very important actually to look at our diet and what we eat every day to also have that good immunity and to protect oneself. Before we conclude, what would you like to say?
Well, also I'd like to highlight the importance of practicing basic food hygiene, and that means when we purchase our foods, make sure that we're not purchasing foods that are expired or beyond expiry date. And also to examine the fruits and vegetables that we're taking, make sure that the food properties are there, that they're not spoiled or they've gone beyond consumption. And also make sure that when you're buying perishable foods that can rot very quickly, just make sure that you go straight home and have them stored in fridges and freezers, of course, and make sure that you cook all these animal products very thoroughly to avoid the pathogens that can cause unpleasant symptoms. And I cannot really stress the importance of the government instructions of having our hands washed thoroughly and keeping a distance from everybody, and trying to keep good health hygiene.
Indeed, Mr. Shabib, thank you very much. Quality of food is very important, and you have also stressed the importance of keeping our hands hygiene very well. So, Mr. Shabib bin Saeed Al-Kalbani, clinical nutritionist from the Ministry of Health, we would like to thank you very much, and we hope each and everyone will follow those particular instructions.